Hi. So hopefully you watched my spoiler-free edition of Star Wars Force Awakens thoughts. You should go do that because now I'm about to spoil lots. And if you want to back out, now's the time to go. Here's a little cantina. All right. You've been warned, right? I'm gonna spoil. I know spoiler reactions. Okay? We're good? All right. I feel like I gave you enough time and a little Harry Potter interlude there. Okay, so let's talk. Let's talk about the fact that the movie obviously takes a lot of leaps and a lot of story shortcuts. Uh, Leaps, plummets, falls. And really it all boils down to the fact that Luke Skywalker is kind of a punk. I talk in the other edition about how the movie calls back to a lot of things that happened in the original trilogy. And one, if you remember, is that Ben Kenobi basically screwed up with Darth Vader and then ran off to hide on Tatooine, for decades. And basically, Luke does that too. That is the premise of The Force Awakens, that he screwed up and then he went to go hide and they have to go find him. Because the world basically falls apart when he runs off. And so everything that happens in the movie is basically Luke's fault. And God, that's frustrating. Because, it's not heroic to run off and leave your family in the lurch. And you learn that's what he does. And pretty much the character arcs that come through for Kylo and Rey can probably be traced back to the fact that Luke ran off. And everything that happens in this movie that's emotional or gut-wrenching, it's all Luke's fault. That's where I am at with that. I am at with, just, God, freaking Skywalker, oh my God. Wait, I said I was going to spoil, right? So I can just go ahead and tell you who Kylo Ren is? Yeah, he happens to be Han and Leia's son. And he's a punk-ass whiner, just like his uncle Luke, who, has grandpa issues, even though he never knew Darth Vader, and is somehow, practically sleeping with, the melted helmet of Darth Vader. And it's never really explained how he got that or why his grandpa's speaking to him in Force whispers or whatever the hell's going on. Basically, Kylo has turned bad, and he's leading the First Order, kind of like this new group of stormtroopers who hate the Rebel Alliance and the Republic. And it really just kind of stems down to the fact that Kylo wants to be evil for no reason. And Luke was a bad Jedi mentor, and Kylo was a lousy Padawan and even lousier son and nephew. And shit hit the fan. Pardon my French. And again, this probably goes back to how Adam Driver's not that strong of an actor, because I just didn't care that Kylo had daddy issues and uncle issues and grandpa issues, and that was kind of the root of his whole I'm gonna be evil and lead stormtroopers plan. So for me, that's Luke and Kylo Ren were where the film fell apart for me, because it just undercuts the Luke we got to know in the trilogy and his growth as a man and as a mentor. And just to watch him kind of pull the same crap that Ben Kenobi did. It's just really? Really, that's what you're going to do? You can't just stick around, clean up your mess, and, fix your Padawan before he goes psycho and, kills his dad? Yeah, spoiler alert. That was one of the other wrenching moments. Yeah. It's funny because it was an early spoiler that Han Solo wouldn't make it. And, we don't see a body, so I can choose to believe he's still alive. Also the fact that Harrison Ford apparently got paid 3 times more than his coworkers. So maybe they don't want him back because they don't have a budget to pay him. I'm not that upset about Han exiting the film. I'm upset that it was at the hands of such a horrible character like Kylo Ren. Like, just what a waste. Um, I don't know. So that was sort of a bummer for me and a place where the writing fell apart. Um, Otherwise, I think Finn's arc is really great and Rey's arc is really great. Although again, if you want to tie back to Han and Luke, they're just giant holes where Rey is concerned. Like, is she related to them? Why are they both? Why is that tie so close? The film never really answers that, but then there's this bizarre scene where she and Leia hug for like 3.5 minutes when they ostensibly don't know each other. And I thought that was really weird, especially since in that particular moment, Leia should have been hugging Chewie. And I was really kind of furious. As much as I loved Rey and the character, I was like, this is inappropriate. Why is she hugging General Organa Solo right now? Chewie should be having that hug. So there were a lot of unanswered questions, and I think in service to the Kylo Ren arc and Luke's disappearance, that like bounced back on Rey's arc, and just what the hell? Like, what? What? Are you kidding me? Really? Like, I refuse to believe that Han, Leia, and Luke together could raise such a bratty, whiny, pathetic child. I mean, for God's sake. Ugh. All right, there you go. Spoiler thoughts. Done. Out of my chest. Off my chest. Out of my system. Bye.